Sue. What's going on, guys? It's Shane with Blacktop Racing. I got the Cow Master here, Danny Cow, along with Alan Claffey. So today we're at FedEx Fields, feeling lovely here, and I got my little fuzzy mic. So we're gonna talk into this because it's kind of windy, but kind of not. What if I just dropped the mic? Would it work?
Do it.
Ah, no, never mind. So right now we actually have 3 Miatas, 3 different setups. We got Ruby, which is a 09 NC Miata. We got
No name.
no name.
Come on.
But what year?
It's 2010.
2010.
Yeah. Not in DP.
Not in DP, but he's got a car in CP.
Yeah.
And then we got another
Sloppy.
Sloppy. What year is Sloppy?
2008.
All right, so it's 3 different cars. However, what we're going to do here, we have a few different tires here. So we got the REs and 245s, the hot tire, along with the other hot tire, the 1.5s, the Rivals, which everybody's craving, and kind of keeps up with some CSP cars. Oh,
Maybe,
man.
maybe not.
Maybe, we'll see. And then the next one is that inexpensive entry, which is the Federals. So the Federals, are they as fast? We'll see. You know, but for the bang for the buck, a lot of people are going towards that. So we'll kind of see. So far, Danny, what made you think of trying to do this test?
Everybody was asking, and then, but of course, all 3 of us are non-partial, right? Because we're all losers. So there's nothing in for us. We're just doing it for public service.
Yeah. And this is more of a review, not the official test. We're not breaking out the pyrometer and everything on there. We're going to get a feel from the different cars, how they react, and then I'll also try and jump into each car, mainly Danny's car, because it's probably set up better than mine, and then put on all the hot tires and see what some of the best times will be. So we're going to have some fun. It's going to be a mixture of cold tire and hot tire, but we're really just trying to see how we can do it when it's hot. So check it on out. going on, guys? So we just finished up this test, and as you can see, the sun is setting. It's getting really dark. We're all freaking tired out here. However, we got a nice test in. We got a lot of runs in. The tires were nice and warm, but we try to stay true after session 1 to just running 3 runs, because we found out how much time this testing actually takes with 3-4 sets of tires, quite honestly. So I'm gonna kind of ask Danny, what was your, and we'll go across the board here, as far as what was your impression with the Rival 245 1.5 versions?
Okay, so I ran Rivals 245s, and Mike Brown locally was nice enough to let us drive his low run.
Thanks, Mike! Thanks, Mike!
245 RE71, so it's an apple-to-apples comparison on the same type of rims. And then I ran 235 4017 Federals, which is wider, which is like the 245s. So now the times I ran, the fastest time I ran on Rivals, I took that first. I ran a 61.5. Then I took the Federals out. We have a questionable 61.5 Flyer, but I don't think that's the case, because when I went back to data, that wasn't the case. So I ran, all 3 runs, I ran 62.9s, all 3 of them. And then on when I took the RE71s out, I ran a 61.3. And then I went back to the checkup run towards the end and took 3 runs of those, and my fastest time there was 62.1 on the Rivals. But at that time, there's a lot of groundwater started seeping up. So so test for me was inconclusive. I don't know. They're so close. I was faster on RE71s with 0.2 faster. So that's my data.
So as far as speed-wise, it doesn't seem like they're totally off of each other when the conditions are very similar.
They're not. They are surprisingly. I think the field of Rivals are pretty sharp. I mean, they definitely did something in my opinion. It was very, very sharp feel on the Rivals, sharper than RE71. In RE71, I guess we just get used to it. It was like no commotion. It just does whatever it's supposed to do. When we're on to when I get on Federals, Federal actually felt surprisingly good, but at the limit, it just doesn't do the limit thing, you know. So if we push it to the limit, it would just start pushing a little bit here and get a little bit behind here and there. So I think a 10th here, and every other
just
corner,
adds up.
and just adds up.
Yep.
So they're certainly a good tire, but if you try to push it to the limit, I don't think it handles the limit nearly as well as the other 2.
So what was your take, Alan, when it came to the Rivals? Just let's start off with the Rivals, and then we'll work through the.
All right, the Rivals, they were new to me. I haven't run Rivals since the first year of Rivals in 2013. So this is new to me. I ran roughly the same time on the Rivals as I did on the RE71s. I felt more comfortable on the Bridgestones. I think in order to get more out of the Rivals, I would have to make some setup changes to gain that confidence back. Both very good tires. I would have no beef running either of them. Right now, the way my car sits, it seems to prefer the Bridgestones.
And did you run Bridgestones last year? It was the car set up around Bridgestones?
The
when
car,
you ran it?
yeah, I've always run Bridgestones. I ran them on this car all last year,
Okay.
as much as I ran that car. So that's what it's been tuned to, and I haven't really changed anything over the winter.
Gotcha. And you guys already saw some of the settings that we shared when I just kind of went around the cars. So if you're interested in the settings, just go ahead and rewind the tape to closer to the beginning. My take on the 245. On the 245 1.5s, man, it's just so many darn numbers to say. But to me, on a 9, the 245s actually felt a little bit sharper than the 255s. However, to me, it felt as though you were losing a little bit of grip. But you gained a little bit of gearing, however. I felt as though it was just pulling the car a little bit more. However, when I was trying to slide the car, it just didn't have as much overall grip to me. Going to the Federals, which is actually, to me, a shocker tire. It can't keep up. All right. Don't go to Nationals or some Federals and say, yeah, if you can do that, you are an alien. I'm sorry. Or you're just cheating like crazy. Boots. So we got to be careful out there. To me, the Federals actually felt like the Hankook's RS3s. Kind of like a V 1.5 to me. Didn't have the overall grip, but I was able to slide the car a little bit better, which I actually felt comfortable with. I ran a 61.8 in the Federals. I ran, conditions was changing, but with the Rival 255s, I ran a 1.1. With the 245s, I ran a 1.4. And then with the Federals, it was a 1.8.
Right.
So I just got more. I loved the Hankooks, so I felt super comfortable in them. I'm going around the course like, why is everybody knocking this tire? It's not bad, but as Danny pointed out, it's just that little bit. Here and there. And then the REs jumped on with 255s. Everybody else was running 245s, but after some of the testing, we just realized, hey, I want the gearing. It has overall grip. It is sharp. 255s versus Rivals 255s or Rivals 245s, the REs were just sharper when it came to feel and everything. Braking, both have the same performance in braking to me, however they brake differently. The way that they kind of carry the G's, they do it to me at the same limit, however they do it differently. So the Rivals are getting up there, and I'm going to run them. We're going to do some more testing next week, so yeah.
That's cool.
So it's interesting.
Oh, well, I'm not the interviewer, so I'm going to give that to Shane. But
do a good job.
But I think we did the best we could.
Yeah.
It was certainly non-partial. We have friends and everybody who's using it. They're fanboys here, and we have Ryan Davies here, who's the biggest Bridgestone fanboy. He's laughing at us. He was laughing at us.
Rivals.
But they're just we didn't basically hide anything.
No, not at all.
So for me, RE71, I don't unfortunately. But anyway, right today in this particular condition, I was a little bit faster on RE71s, but I bought 245 Rivals, and I'm going to continue to run that just because.
So the biggest thing that everybody needs to take away from this too, this isn't like a crazy, measuring everything test. This is more of a review. This is our take on the tire. We tested it out on our cars, all three, and this is what we took from it. Did you guys change any settings whatsoever?
I didn't touch it at all.
Okay.
I softened the rear a little bit early on when I was first on the Federals, just trying to get some confidence in it, and I never really got confident with those tires.
Gotcha. And for me, I didn't touch a knob. I set the Rivals to 28, 26 on both sets, even went with the 245s, and then I left the Federals wherever and 27 around.
The only thing I did on the Rivals was I started off running a 32, 28, and then later on when I ran the Rivals, I ran at 27, 25. So I significantly lowered it, but I was never able to bring the speed up to earlier. But then again,
the conditions are changing.
The conditions are changing. Everything's under the shade. Groundwater is sipping up, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah. But did you feel a difference as far as the feel when you were out there, as far as the PSI change?
No, I can't really say. I mean, if I'm being ultra critical, it's probably a little bit sloppier with a lower tire pressure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if that is. But I don't know. It could be just old guy can't feel anything.
No, I got you. That's one thing that I may try next week, because I ran a 28, 26 for next week's test. May just pump them up a little bit more, just see how they feel, and if we lose an overall grip and also with the time. So that'll be pretty good. So
sweet.
That concludes our test. So it's a toss-up, guys. You want 1.5s or you want REs, you can't go wrong. The setup for me was the same. However, the feel is different. I didn't touch a knob, but to me, if the conditions were identical, the feel, the time would be pretty much the same there. Federals, if you don't feel like spending $1,000, you want to cut that in half, and you're not worried about being competitive, but you want some seat time, I would suggest that tire as far as for the budget-minded racers that just want to go out there, have fun, and hone their skills.
They feel incredibly similar. It's just at the limit, it just doesn't do it.
It's not a 1, 2, 3, and we haven't tested the RS4. However, we may get on that, so watch out for the one takes on the ND. Maurice has it, so we may see. All right, so that's going to conclude. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll have one of these impromptu tests at some other point, but sunsetting, we got to get out of here. Catch you later.
Thanks.
No.